What's going on, guys? It's your boy NYC Gaming, and today we're back with FPLR Round 1 at Bahrain. This is a track that I quite enjoy, and I've done a lot of practice here, so I'm a bit interested to see what kind of pace I have at this track. As we're going on here into my first lap of qualifying, my banker, as you can say. As we're going 8th gear down to turn 1, careful not to lock up. We're going to go down to 2nd gear, really at the trail brake here, as we try and short shift out of it to try and not get some oversteer, as that's a very tricky corner to get right, and not trying to extend on the curb on the right. As here we're going to use all the entry curb on the left and then flick it in into 3rd and short shifting into 4th. As you can see probably from later in the lap, there's a lot of short shifting at this track. As we brake a little bit here and then go flat out through this next part of the S section. As this is a tricky corner for not locking up very hard, as we get a little bit of lockup on the right, but not too bad here. As again, short shifting out of there. So this is a very tricky corner as well. This is a very easy corner to lock up, but I stay surprisingly clean there, as I'm able to get the power on early and have a good cut in.
126,
fastest lap goes in.
126.4.
Yeah. I'm gonna have gotten this off.
Ooh, 125.9.
That has absolutely lost us 5/10. It was an amazing banker lap before, but that might have just lost us a lot of time here. But we will have time for 2 more runs here, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue if we get them in
Some people
a good
just too
window
fast.
with not invalidating. Though I'm pretty good at not invalidating at the track. But as a warning, there will be some cursing in this video as well. And if we run to the line, it's going to be P3 at the moment with a 126.4. I can definitely go a lot faster, maybe realistically 6 cents faster, probably more. As we move on to the end of my 2nd lap, I'm 4/10 up here, having a purple second sector. Very good. We break a bit much, but we get a good exit to the final corner. As we run here to the line, what is it going to be? It is a P3 at the moment. I had a very big lockup in the at the beginning of the 2nd sector coming out of the S section. So I lost 3/10. I was up by a lot by then. So I can definitely improve a lot here. So we're going to be moving on to our final lap of the session. I'm going to get a bit of a hurry on, trying to go out at the very end for the maximum amount of track evolution here. The Williams was behind. I didn't want to compromise him, and I didn't want him to get too close to me to compromise me, because he's actually really fast here. So we're going to be challenging control, and I'll let you guys just watch the lap.
Fuck, I got on the curb of that.
Oh, I have purple sector 1 as well. And I just bottled it. I was like 2/10 up on my time. I was looking at the 120, low 126s. Well, at least I put in a good banker lap, so I can at least get P6. Oh, that's frustrating.
Okay, as we run to the line here, bit of a scruffy lap at times, as we have purple 1st and 2nd.
Ooh, 125. Ew,
Three.
That's nice.
As I had to mute some part of lap due to some profane language.
125.3? What the fuck?
That's an absolutely amazing lap. Now, I don't think I had that one in me, as we're going to move on to the formation lap here. So we're going to try and get a good start and get into the lead. Obviously, that's what you'd want. I mean,
I remember when someone crashed out of the formation.
So we're getting ready here, just trying to think of a way. We're probably going to want to go around the outside and get a good run here. I don't want to be squeezed into turn 1 and get some damage, which is very easy to do at this track. As we're just getting right to a good position, goes to...
Alright, nobody crashed. Hold up.
It says that the leader in the Williams has just disconnected from the session. It doesn't show anyone else has, so I think that might just be him. Obviously last week, increasing testing had some issues, but it's 5 lights and away we go. for the Bahrain Grand Prix in FPLR
Oh,
Season 1, Round 1. As we move to the outside, late braking, going around the outside of both the Williams and the McLaren, getting squeezed a bit, but we squeeze out the McLaren, and we're into the lead as my teammate starting right behind me in fourth
in the gravel.
has gone into the gravel. That's really bad for him. We look really good for some great points here at AlphaTauri, as there's obviously a Constructor Championship, as they're trying not to invalidate on the edge of that corner. That's always a really tricky one, and it will always be for a track.
Some guys,
there, as we're trying not to hit the curb on the right and gain the lead, because obviously someone I'm talking to in a voice chat,
who is this Mercedes?
Hit that in qualifying in DNF. That would just send you flying, so you always want to avoid that as much as you can. We have a little bit of a lockup as we're moving on here into lap 3, as we see Alton
P11, because I had a horrible start.
Who's not the fastest guy here.
These two guys behind me right now,
P2, I think, ahead of Lily Bird, as we have a bit of a glitch here, as for some reason it says the Williams is ahead, when on my screen I don't see a single thing. That can confirm that there was a glitch on my screen and there was some network lag, meaning that I was not able to see him, which might come into effect later. But that's great for us. Alton G can really hold up the McLaren behind us. I know he might have a bit more pace than me here. As we're really trying to get the most out of him, as he actually spun here at the end of that lap. And the McLaren is right behind us, right on my gearbox, and trying to use a bit of ERS to defend, but not trying to use too much, trying to save for the pit for when I really need it. As we're going to go defensive to the inside, trying to squeeze into the outside. He starts flying by, but we brake late. We're going to turn in a bit of a lockup as we squeeze into the curve. Very hard to get tricked, and as we have a lot of oversteer. Crazy amounts of oversteer trying to get on the throttle, as I mentioned earlier. As he gets a great run here, even though we have DRS, he has the big run on us. He's going right around the outside. We should be able to squeeze him out here at this corner, but we have a huge amount of oversteer. Again, track is very hard at this place, as we have to concede the position, but we're trying to get a switchback in the second part of the S section, as we're right on his gearbox. We dive down the inside at this corner. It's very hard to overtake here, and he gets the better traction because it's a very tricky one to overtake, and we're gonna have to let that position go. But we're gonna try and get him on the main straight, a very easy place to overtake here, as we tried to put our nose in there, but that realistically that's not going to happen. As we move on to the main straight, our pit window is open. We're going to pit suit. As we go to the inside, we're going to try and dive bomb him. We get ahead and he brakes a bit later, but we are able to squeeze him out. As he gets a bit of a switchback on it, we hit the curb on the inside, which does definitely unsettle the car. We're going to have to go defensive yet again, try not to use too much ERS. But he's gonna go sailing around the outside with that DRS, and I assume ERS and Rich makes activated. Very hard to defend that, as we might try and jump.
Ooh, someone retired.
If possible, but that's probably a very tall ass.
Hawkming retired.
That's a bit of a tough one to do. As we're moving on, as the Racing Point has retired, he was in a decent position in the midfield, and we have a safety car. The Racing Point retired due to damage and having to pit, but that has absolutely changed the race. I mean, we were slated to pit this lap anyway, but that's definitely going to congest the field here, as we're going to keep our car strategy, and we're going to go into mediums. We're going to see if we can jump the McLaren in the pit. A very important time here, as we can hope for the mechanics to get us a good stop, but we get held. We get held by the Alfa Romeo. And the McLaren is in a safe position.
Ooh, that Red Bull's getting held. Jeez.
We would have jumped him in the pits. That's super unlucky for us. But we should be on a safety car. We'll try and challenge him as we go into medium tires to go close to the end of this race, as we'll change onto soft tires at the end. But we should be good to go. Again, it's a bit of a glitch. It still says the Williams is in front, and it says he's pitted and still in the lead. But again, on my screen, I didn't know when he was still there. I thought it was just a visual glitch.
So which lap should I
that it might not be a visual glitch, because I can see the McLaren ahead leaving a wide berth as safety car, leaving a car's width as safety car. As I decide here, as I had someone else
almost hit me
right behind me saying that he was there on his screen. So I have to leave the session and join again. I'm getting deja vu back to pre-season testing at Austria, where I had that network lag and had to leave and rejoin back in 8th place. As he joined back to the session, we should be able to be fine, still under safety car. We're going to take control. Oh, but our AI is driven into the back of the McLaren. We have just gotten major wind damage. Major wind damage from our AI. We are able to see the wheelie now, but that is on the race. So we're going to be coming into the pit, and we're going to have to lose so many places. The McLaren and the Alfa Romeo behind have gotten penalties for that, but they will be removed at the end of the race. That actually did ruin the McLaren as he was in a tight lead. And as you can see, the game is not letting us accelerate. We are trying as much as we can.
God.
We're moving on the throttle. Nothing we can do. We're trying this. The game is just really not liking us, making our day just absolutely horrendous. The top two are getting away from the rest of the field, but there's nothing I can do as I actually go out, and it's eventually worked. I'm into the pits as well as the Mercedes. At some people got damaged from that. As I'm checking to make sure my brakes and throttle were working, because I had no idea why that happened. It was working fine for a bit, and then it just randomly stopped. Sometimes with these sometimes with safety car restarts, the game restricts your throttle, but this was just really weird for me. I was a bit confused on why that happened.
Whoa, that McLaren just came back on the track.
We'll not get to the end of the race, but we're not going to be going necessarily for fastest lap as we're going to want to finish. We're going to be going to soft
and this dude is touching me.
And trying to stretch these hard to the end, which would be a very tall ask. As we're moving on here to lap 17, nothing has really happened though. We were chasing down Alton G as he had to pit and serve a 5-second penalty, so we might come out right next to him as we stretch these tires to a very large distance here. All the way to lap 17, really the max they could go. As we're coming into the pit, stopping on our marks and getting throttle ready, and again an average online 2.6.
What the fuck is wrong with this car?
We're gonna see if we can get ahead of the Haas of Alton G. This is gonna be very close. He's coming down the pit straight now. As we get out of the pits, we're gonna accelerate, hoping we can get in front. But as we can see, he's just right there. He's right by us. We come out just a second behind. We have more pace than him, and we're gonna want to chase him down here in this race, as he is gonna have a bit of an advantage at the bit, as we have to warm our tires up and get in the groove and see how these medium tires feel. But we'll see if we're able to catch him up, and we'll go to that point in the race in just a moment. As we're just staying on here for a bit, just showing the medium tires. As we move all the way to lap 21, we're really gaining in him, just under 5 tenths behind. And as you can see, his teammate of Marcus has went for soft tires, which I don't think will have very good pace at the end of this race. But he does have 12-second penalty, so we should.
Well, now I'm a lap down from everybody.
As we go and try and overtake the Haas, we're using DRS, slipstream, rich makes, and overtake. As we're gonna go around the outside of the Haas, he gives us the squeeze, but we're gonna stay in, and he's turned in on us. He has just turned in on us in the middle of the corner. We have not even gotten to the corner, and we've been turned in on.
Dude, just cause a crash.
No chance to avoid that. There was nothing that we could have
just take him out. Take him out.
Take him out. Editing to this, but if you can just go back 10 seconds, you can see we're around the outside here. But he just completely squeezes us off. We haven't even gotten to the corner yet, and we're completely turned in on. We had no chance to avoid that whatsoever.
Dude, just cause a crash.
Really unfortunate, but that might have just ruined our race.
Just take him out. Take him out. Take him out.
We don't have much laps to go, and it's not major damage, so we're gonna stay out and try and stay ahead of the McLaren of Zayam, though he is on some very worn hard tires.
Who?
But that might
be talking about Altman?
As we should stay in the 8 seconds of Alton G if
I'm picking him.
But for Marcus, his teammate, who was on soft tires, he is going to be pulling away from that 12-second gap,
I'm about to go
and
for a
that might
faster
have compromised our race. But we'll see with his tire wear at the end. He should be maybe in even puncture territory, as we just have major understeer here. But we move all the way onto lap 29. Nothing is happening. We've pulled a huge gap to Zayam, who had to pit again. But as you can see, we're outside of the penalty window of Alton G, though his teammate has severely gone back in this race after those soft tires went off. As we're going to finish in P8 on the road, P7 on penalties, and we have and Alton G was giving a time penalty for his incident with me, as we will finish P7, as my team AlphaTauri is now P4 in the Constructors Championship. But that was just a disappointing race. We just had issues all around, and we'll just be hoping for a better one next week, as that's really all I can say. We'll try and pick it up, and I'm not very fast at Zandvoort, which is the next one, the Dutch Grand Prix. It's not a strength of mine, but after that we do have Britain, and then I will be gone for 4 or 5 races. So it's probably not a constructors win this season for me, but just wanted to get my feet wet in this league and see how it does. So thank you guys all for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you thought of this video. I thought it was a pretty interesting race at times, so it did get pretty stagnant in the middle parts of the race. So thank you guys for watching, and bye guys, see you next week. And by the way, sorry for this being posted on Sunday. I had some issues on Saturday and had to postpone the upload.